If you're going through a divorce or breakup right now, I want to start by saying it is incredibly hard. It shakes your heart, your identity, your confidence, everything that once felt steady. But here's the good news I want you to hear clearly. There is a way forward, not by rushing yourself, not by pretending you're fine, but rebuilding your strength in a real, grounded, lasting way. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Hi, I'm Eija, and I help men and women over 50 rebuild their confidence and find real love again. If you're healing from a divorce or breakup right now, you are in the right place. Here's something almost nobody says out loud. Divorce isn't just the end of a relationship, it's an identity shift. The routines, the roles, the dreams, the version of you who lived inside that marriage all get shaken. And yes, it's painful, but here's the deeper truth. Divorce is one of the greatest opportunities you'll ever have to rediscover yourself. Not the version of you who adapted or compromised, but the one who has been waiting underneath everything you held together for so long. When my 23-year marriage ended, it felt like the ground had disappeared from under me. But over time, I realized something powerful. I wasn't starting from zero. I was returning to myself. And that's what I want for you too. Not to rebuild the old life, but to rediscover the self you may have pushed aside for years. Before we dive in, here's something important I want you to hear right now. Don't rush this. Healing from divorce is not linear. Some days you'll feel hopeful, and the next day you might feel like everything collapsed again. And it can feel like one step forward, two steps back. But that doesn't mean you're failing. That is the process. Your heart, your nervous system, your mind are adjusting to the new reality. Even when you can see you're still moving forward. Now let's walk through the 3 foundations that help you rebuild real strength. Foundation 1, let yourself feel instead of fighting. If you've ever thought, I just want this to be over already, you are not alone. When you're anxious, overwhelmed, or stuck in a loop of overthinking, your brain is actually trying to protect you. But when we push emotions away or try to stay positive, we trigger something called emotional suppression, and research shows it intensifies stress, raises anxiety, and keeps hurt stuck on repeat. Real strength begins acknowledging what you feel instead of fighting it. I remember this part well, not wanting to feel any of it. But allowing feeling space didn't make things worse. It actually softened the pressure inside. One of the most effective tools for calming emotional intensity is something called affect labeling, literally naming the feeling. Neuroscience shows that when you name the emotion, for instance, I am sad, I am overwhelmed, the amygdala, the part of brain that fires when you are in distress, begins to quiet down. This gives the mind something solid to hold on so the negative loop can finally slow. A simple way to do this is pause, name the feeling as clearly you can. I feel grief, I feel fear, I feel anger, and add a grounding statement. And it's okay for me to feel this way right now. It's not wallowing, this is emotional regulation, and this is how you regain sense of control when everything else feels chaotic inside. Foundation 2, rediscover who you are slowly and intentionally. At some point after divorce, almost everyone asks the same quiet question, who am I now? And while that question can feel scary, it's actually the doorway to your strongest, most authentic self. Because divorce doesn't just remove a relationship, it removes the roles, the routines, the expectations that shape who you thought you had to be. This is where something beautiful begins, your rediscovery. Not by reinventing yourself overnight, not by forcing clarity, but allowing the truest part of you, the ones that were quiet for years and to come forward again, one honest moment at a time. When my marriage ended, I didn't know who I was outside of that life. But gently, slowly, I started noticing small things that felt like me again. It wasn't a dramatic transformation, it was just a quiet returning. Rediscovery is not about becoming someone new, it's about remembering who you were before life asked you to shrink and letting that version of you rise again, slowly, intentionally, and without an apology. Foundation 3. Build micro habits that help you feel steady again. When life feels unstable, your nervous system needs tiny signals of safety. Strength isn't built from big life leaps, it's built from small, grounding habits that you can actually keep. During my healing, the most things that helped weren't dramatic. They were small things. My tapping practice, morning walks, journaling, going to museums or events. And maybe it'll be something simple for you too. When everything feels overwhelming, small habits bring you back to yourself. Try choosing just one, maybe a 10-minute walk, a journal, weekly moment of joy. These micro habits stack up quietly and rebuild your confidence from the inside out. Here's the part most people misunderstand. You don't become strong after you heal. You become strong while you're healing. Strength is choosing to keep going, taking care of yourself, allowing hope to return in small ways, believing that your life isn't ending, it's unfolding. At 50, 60, 70, people create new beginnings that are more aligned, more joyful, and more authentic than anything that came before. Not because life magically gets easier, but because they start choosing from self-worth, not from fear. From self-awareness, not obligation. From freedom, not survival. And that is real strength. If you want to go deeper with this work, I have created the Confidence Series workbook to help you rebuild your self-worth step by step. It's a powerful next step if you're healing after divorce. You can download it using the link below the description box. Love and light. Bye.